like this beat.
Alrighty, so thank you, Kami, for being on this episode of Same Cat Different Day podcast. If everybody that's listening, I'm sorry if you hear the fan in the background, but it's like extremely hot and it has been like 90 degrees here for like the past week, and for people like us, that's a lot. I hate it. So, but thank you for being on this episode with me. You excited?
Yeah, very excited to be part of this podcast.
Awesome. So what I had wanted to talk to you about, because I used to see people do it all the time, is cosplay, or is it cosplay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cosplay.
It's cosplay.
Okay, because I be seeing people do it a lot, and then there's this one guy, Austin Creed. Well, to the wrestling world, he's known as Xavier Woods. He's into it, and he talks. He talks about it on his podcast, and I'm like, I have to talk to you about this because it's so fascinating to see people do it. But then when we were in our group chat in the LGBTQIA plus Wisconsin, that is a lot of letters now. We need to figure out a way to shorten them letters.
I agree. Yeah.
But when we were talking about it, we were talking about it like when we was in the group chat. Okay, so Kami had changed outfits like 12 times over the course of that. So how did you first get into it?
What's that?
How did you first get into doing the cosplay?
Well, the thing with cosplay is that I've always liked dressing up and, honestly impersonating more of recreating my own alternate dimension of characters that I grew up watching, and very much like that. Like with cosplaying, it's infinite with the possibilities and outcomes and such, with like different costumes and characters that a person can portray in their own world. So it's pretty massive. Like cosplay is endless.
I think
so. It's something that got me interested in being part of it.
Okay, because I'm thinking that I kind of want to go to one of these things where when they have them in town for the whole cosplay thing, because it seems really interesting. At first it seemed weird because it was like I didn't know really much about anime characters. So you see people dressed up as anime characters, so I know nothing about that. But it seemed really interesting, so now I want to do, because at first I just thought it was like I don't know what they call it. It's like this big convention. I know it's in LA and all these people dressed up.
Like Comic-Con.
Yeah, I thought it was like that. So I thought it was like a bunch of nerds. But
I mean, it's not just nerds that cosplay. Like a lot of people do it. It's fun.
I didn't know that at first. But now I'm like, okay, it's not just nerds because it's athletes who does it also. So that's like, okay, interesting. Okay, I can get into this. So what has been one of your favorite characters to do?
Favorite character that I've ever cosplayed? So most of my cosplays revolve around like Harley Quinn and the Joker. Apart from it being the color palette, also they're like wild and crazy personalities that match mine. So I could relate more to those characters because it fits more with me as a person. But otherwise then, like, most of my cosplays revolve like around like undead creatures or like mystical, magical type creatures, or even sometimes like, be like things most people don't understand. And so I'll, like, most of them it's like usually like the undead because of that Spanish Mexican festival, Day of the Dead, like where they celebrate like the afterlife and such like that. So most of it like revolve like crazy or undead is like my spectrum of cosplaying.
I know when I was on your TikTok, it was one on there. I think you were dressed up as the Joker. I'm like, this is kind of creepy.
Most of them are. Like, it's unintentional, but yeah, most of them are. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let me go with it. People seem to like these types of cosplays.
Yeah, but I think you should do small, like little small skits.
I'm thinking of doing that. I really want to. Like, I really, really want to, because on my YouTube channel, I need to actually start doing more sketches and sketch content on there.
Mm-hmm.
Because my YouTube channel doesn't have a set niche. Like, there's literally like one of everything on there. I don't follow a set niche.
I mean, but who really wants to follow those? I mean, come on now. Nobody wants to follow just a set thing, because after a while it gets boring doing the set thing, and that's why
True.
then that's what people like. What is your podcast about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I just don't want to. Like, I didn't want to, limit myself to just one certain thing that's going to be every week on the podcast. I'm like, okay, that's going to get boring for the listeners, so we're gonna switch it up every week or whatever comes to mind. So.
Have to.
So one of the reasons why I was up so late, because my cousin came in from out of town last night, and we were doing some what my people might call illegal things last night, but it was fun. And so for here it's it's the 4th of July weekend, it's like America's Independence Day or whatever. So that's what today was, but due to the Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of people are not celebrating that's black. So, I want to ask you: has there been any like Black Lives Matters protests where you at?
Protests on it, no, but people who stand for the whole campaign, yes, like a lot. Like, especially during the lockdown, there's been a few sightings of like marching and campaigning and spreading the movement and such. Yep, there's been quite a few.
Okay, because it's been going on here in where I'm at now. It's been going on for like I think this is like day 31 or 32. I'm like, okay.
My goodness.
Right? Yeah, like I'm all for it, but I'm at the same time I'm like, like it's like during the day it's peaceful, but then when nightfall comes, some people take that peaceful and just go to like a whole nother level with it sometimes. Although they did have it was something. Although they did have one where they were outside of the county courthouse here, and it was out there for like 2 days. I think I saw pictures, like they had a poker table set up, they had a video game station set up. Because they were saying like one of the activists had got arrested, and so they would say we're not leaving until he's released from jail. So they literally had like a party outside the courthouse until he got released. And I'm like, I have never seen nothing like this before. And then somebody I think had a little bit too much time on their hands, because they had put fuck 12. Like, fuck 12, there was like, it had like a projector projecting it on the side of the building saying fuck 12 and fuck the police and all kind of stuff. I'm like, somebody had too much time on their hands at this point. So I don't know if you have that much craziness going on. I don't know if you have that much craziness going on where you're at. I just can't believe this. It was crazy. So you guys did have the are you guys in lockdown still or no?
Yeah, we're still in lockdown. I think we're still at level 3 lockdown. So, certain jobs are open, and like a good amount, like a really large amount of companies have started closing down because no one's coming to work. There's a lot of unemployment now, and everything's going a little bit chaotic. So, kind of hoping things pick up and things get better for people this side, but I don't know, it looks like it's getting a bit too chaotic for everyone.
But at least y'all virus cases are probably not as high. They're probably dropping there.
It's like borderline.
You doing better than us,
like every week there's new statistics out every week.
Yeah, true.
It's something.
I mean, because like our babysitter, we call him, that Obama left us with. He reopened the whole country completely, and we wasn't even closed a whole month. And now we're at like over 100 and some thousand deaths here due to the virus. And then what I think
that's shocking.
Yes, like our numbers here are ridiculous. Like, it's so bad that we're banned from going to Europe. We can't go to Europe no more. Like, they cut us off. That's how bad it is here. And then he's like constantly forcing everything to stay open and to reopen, and all these other things, and you see all these other cities going to phases, new phases to reopen completely. I'm like, no, it's a disaster. The whole thing is a disaster here, and he's taking it as a joke. But
It's not organized. That's the thing. There's no order.
it's
Like
not.
they want to do everything at once, but you need to do it in stages. Don't just open everything or just close it. Do it in stages. Like walk off essentials first and then walk from there.
Right.
Mm.
See, for us, everything, it was like when we were shut down, only essential stuff was open. Like it was like hospitals, mechanics, grocery stores, and then some restaurants can do like curbside, and that was it. But now it's getting to the point now where people like the younger crowd are going out to bars and clubs and stuff, and then they're all infecting each other. Yeah, and they're all affecting each other. And then like there's this one club, I think it's either in Kentucky or Florida, but they were over capacity. And then now half the people got, yeah, I'm like, what is going on? Like, you people are seriously wanting to risk your lives just to go have a drink? Like, it's
like just buy it and have it at home.
It's cheap. It's cheaper. I like getting drunk at home. Like, a lot of people say, like, you don't go out. Well, like, because it's cheaper to get drunk at home.
Exactly, and you can just pass it on your bench. You don't have to like wait for, if you go with the group, you don't have to wait for everyone to finish.
Exactly.
You can just go pass out.
Exactly. Like, I don't have time for all that. My mother finally got us. Oh my God. So she partied a little bit too hard last night. I'm surprised she's even woke right now.
Oh my.
She partied harder than the younger people last night.
Let the wig come off. If it did, then that was the limit hit. If not, then she's probably still good to go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's about to be drinking it very, very soon. Like I said, it's probably just now making 7 o'clock here. So, oh my God! Oh, I forgot to tell everybody. So for everybody, Kami is in South Africa. I never remember the city. He has told me the city multiple times, but I never remember. Jamesburg.
Johannesburg.
Oh, Johannesburg. Okay, see, I'm bad at remembering most of the stuff with names. I'm bad at it. I'm not gonna lie. Like most people, I just give them a new name. If I can't remember your name, I give you a new name. That's just kind of how it works with me.
I do the same thing when I save like new contacts on my phone. I was like, what was this person's name? But then I'll like name them to what they were wearing or the place that I met them at, or until I actually know their name. Then I give them a nickname.
That's so funny. I'm so happy somebody else is like me. Although they a lot of people like to say
people do that.
They like to say the names I give people is mean though. I'm like, no, it's just that's how I remember you. So if you ain't got no hair, on the side, I'm gonna program you on my phone as no hair on the side. Like that's how I remember.
Oh my gosh.
Or
So specific.
or it's this one girl. She probably gonna be mad when she listens to me. Well, when she listens to this. So it was this one girl I used to work with. Her, I used to call her dime bag because her ponytail. She's had this little ponytail on the top of her head, so you look like a dime bag of weed on her head.
Oh my god.
I'm bad.
That is something.
Well, hey, she answered to it, hell, so she knew it was her name. So, what have you been doing to keep yourself entertained during the lockdown there?
Oh, let's see. There's sewing clothes, tattoos,
Tattoo? What, you got any tattoos?
like costumes and attire, work on like my cosplay makeup skills, cook food now and then, make myself like an Instagram worthy picture now and then, work on some TikToks, pretty much like just work on things that I normally keep myself busy with, but like improve on them if possible.
Okay. So wait, what new tattoo did you get?
Yeah. Legit actual tattoos.
Like what is multiple? How many have you gotten during the wait, how many has it been during the pandemic?
Oh no, since the pandemic I think I've only done like one for myself, and then I've done I think like 8 for for other people.
Wait, oh, you do the actual tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look at you! Look at you! Look at you!
Yep, I do that part time.
Look at you, multi-talented. I wish I was that talented. All I know how to do is run my mouth on this podcast. That's the only thing I'm good at. That's about the only thing I'm good at. So I have no creative whatsoever. So like, do you make your own costumes?
Creative.
No, I don't have. My hands are not steady enough to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I couldn't. No.
Just take paint, dip it in a. Just take like a brush, dip it in some paint, like scribble multiple colors on a very dark background, and you can sell it off as art. It works.
That sounds a lot of work. You know, I don't like doing a lot of work.
Or if you're like ever like angry, so you take paint brushes, you dip it in paint, just like flick it on the board, on a piece of paper.
Yeah, cause I've been seeing people taking the paint cans, they like put a hole in the bottom, they put it upside down, and they tie it to a string doing it. Yeah, I've been like, some of them I've seen actually look nice.
I would love to try that. It's just that for that you need to have something high enough to support the weight of the paint can and your spin control. Because if you spin it too fast, the paint's gonna spray everywhere. And if you spin it too slow, it's just gonna look like a line.
Yeah.
So that's something that needs a little bit of practice to do.
Which I don't have. Like I said, I'm only good at running my mouth and telling other people business. Yeah, but I did this whole time. I didn't know that you did tattoos though. Did you have like the whole like station setup thing, or I don't know what they call it.
I've got my kit, so it's got like the machine, the ink, the needles, the ink holders, power supply, cables as needed and necessary as well, and transfer papers, and that's about it. And then the rest, other things you would just need is like an antibacterial soap and a disinfectant. That's about it.
I'm blown away. I just can't believe this. I really can't. Where is my turn this? There we go. I just can't believe it. I'm interested in seeing some of your tattoo art now. Yeah,
I've actually got 3 I can show in my arm over here that I have done.
Oh my god, and it's nice and detailed. You did that yourself?
Yeah.
How did you do it on your arm like that? That seemed like a difficult place to do yourself.
Not really. You just need like, if you can see that area you need, then you can just look. But like this one over here, the cupcake with the top hat, I had to use a mirror.
Yeah, you have a lot of. I don't have that much patience. No. Oh wait, I'm good at setting off fireworks. I am good at that.
Oh, see, there you go. There's something. People do actually pay people to hire a technique specialist for firework displays.
Oh no, I don't want to actually set the stuff up. I just want to just like the little wick thing. I don't want to do all the other stuff. See that, cause like that now that involves computers and stuff. I'm good at computers, but I'm not that good at computers. Where I can program a computer thing to put. You just push a button and it just start going off.
Most of the things you just have to do is know which ones you want to set off at what time, and then just. I'm pretty sure, because I know when I was at Kalahari, they did have like a whole group of specialists and people to set off the 4th of July's displays that they had in. So I think it was like a group of 3 people that were walking by the box. The one guy, he sets up what goes off when. The other guy runs the cables, and then they have the guy at the computer box itself to set off which one goes off when.
Oh, that's too much work. So,
that's the team effort.
That's too much work. So I was wondering, cause I don't know if, so like America for some reason they love holidays here. So we literally have like a holiday every month here. I was wondering, do you guys have like the same thing there?
So about more or less the same. The side, like the holidays and public holidays, we have the size more for like something significantly happened that affected the people more than the country itself. Like, yeah. But the international holidays here, we have those here as well.
Do we have any international? Oh, well, we probably. I don't know. There's so many holidays here. I
Like
mean,
the international ones are like the ones that's throughout the year, like Christmas, New Year's,
oh
Valentine's Day, and such.
yeah,
That we have those here
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah, because I'm like, I think literally every month in here, I think except for March, it's a holiday. Only time we get like a holiday in March is if Easter is somehow falls in March. I don't know how Easter go from March to April. I don't know how that happens or who thinks of that. I didn't know they can change months, but
It's so confusing. Like I was expecting Easter to be set on a specific day.
right.
Like why Easter is falling between April and March makes no sense. So the people need to figure out did Easter happen in April or did it happen in March?
Right.
It can't be both.
Right. Which day did he actually? Which month did he actually rise in? At this point, I was like, I just don't.
This is what we need to know.
Exactly, because I'd
And
be
they
so
come to a
confused.
conclusion.
Cause like when I was in like school and stuff, like Easter always fell in April. So like we always had spring break in April. Then right after Easter, we go back to school the next day. But then as I got older, it switched to March. I'm like, okay, I'm confused now.
Because I mean, like, what if it was that he first rose in April and then in March he was sleeping somewhere and people just saw him wake up and like, oh, it changed.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh my god, it's just a mess. So so speaking of elections, we have upcoming election. I think not a primary. I don't know. There's been so many elections this year. I don't even know what I'm voting for. I just know we supposed to be voting in August for something, but I don't even know what I'm supposed to be voting for. So, do you guys get to do like the absentee ballot, or do you guys get to go? You gotta go vote in person if you guys have an election during this whole coronavirus thing.
Oh yeah, we do. But like when we have like voting stations and stuff, they usually have the voting stations at I think it's like I want to say this. There's like certain schools in each district that will have voting stations and such. So then we'll go there, and then there'll be a list of political parties, and then people will vote for them. But majority will always vote for the wrong
Oh my god.
Democrat, like wrong party, and same everywhere, and they want to complain about everything, but it's like, you voted for them. This is what you have to put up with.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how we got stuck with our babysitter. and this,
I think of it as like a very bad phone contract. It's like, you voted for this contract, so now you have to stick it through until it's over.
right. Because so the thing is, like, a lot of people been saying like they don't want to vote. Some people saying they don't want to vote for Trump because he be grabbing pussies and he's a racist. And then a lot of people like, well, I don't want to vote for Joe Biden because he's a molester. I'm like, oh my god.
It's like, if
So
they don't like the one, they don't like the other. Just find a third one. Like someone who's voted in both of them and will actually get the job done.
Right. And then a lot of people are saying, well, I don't want to vote for Joe Biden either because he had to basically come out and say that he basically messes with black people. Like, yeah, I'm down with black people. Anybody who says they have to say that is I can't trust them.
I saw that. I saw that and I was like, wait, what? Why is this? Why is he saying this? Like, don't say that. That's not right.
I mean, he shouldn't have said it.
Like, when people are voting, they need to do it from a logical point and, just like add up together what they said, what they did, and what was the outcome.
Right.
It makes things easier.
The only reason why I'll vote for him is just the fact that he was the vice president while Obama was in office. And when Obama was in office, we seen that party trying to do so much to help people. Compared to Trump, where he's killed now 100,000 of us because he didn't like Obama and he dismantled. So we had, I don't know, Obama had put this like panel of people into play or whatever when he was in office, who predicted that the coronavirus was coming. They didn't know there was going to be coronavirus. They just knew that something like this was coming when Obama was in office. And then Trump gets in and dismantle this whole team who had this plan that was placed for when this happened. So then when it actually happened, we had nothing in place. Nothing was planned. Nothing was done. It was just nothing. I say this is why I
Yeah,
will not vote for him, because he has literally legally killed hundreds of thousands of people and gotten away with it.
completely. Yeah. Like, like when I was watching a few of the Trump interviews on one of the like Facebook pages, so they showed many times where Trump was warned about the coronavirus in December.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump was only saying, I think it was in one of the interviews he did in January, he told him, oh no, we have it under control, we're well prepared, everything will be perfect. Really? Like, really? No, it's not. It's not.
And it was not.
And then that other spokesperson lady who's defending Trump pointlessly,
Yeah.
she put the blame on Obama for the cabinets being emptied. It's Trump's job to fill them. That's why you're a president.
Exactly.
Your people come first.
Exactly. But leading up to this, like now, he's been in office now for 4 years. So this is like, so we vote for, like the presidential election coming up in November. So he's been in there for 4 years. So you can't blame something on Obama that he has not been in that office. Right. And he hasn't been in the office for 4 years. So it's your job to keep these people. But you've been firing majority of these people over the course of 4 years. Like, in the history that I know, that I've been alive, I have never seen a president go through so many cabinet members during his presidency. So, yeah, this guy is the joke. Like, I always tell people, like, I would rather go back to having a Bush as a president. If I have to have a Republican president, I will go back with Bush over Donald Trump. Only thing Donald Trump did was send out stimulus money that have yet to spend.
Apart from that, like, the only thing Trump can ever talk about in every interview is the stock market.
Right.
That's it. Anything else, it's a nasty question. Or he tells the person that's a stupid question. Or he tells them, go ask somebody else. Like, you're in charge now. We need answers from you. What could you do from your half, not blaming everyone else?
Right.
It's like, you chose this job. You were
True.
eager to be president, and now you can't do anything to help people. It's shocking.
I agree. Although he kind of do need to fix the stock market, because I lost $2,000 on the market.
Oh gosh.
So I need him to fix it and soon, because I don't want to be homeless. Oh no, we're losing connection. Just 1 second, guys. We're losing connection. Hopefully we can get our connection back. Okay, we're back. Yay.
We're back, yay.
But yeah, I was like so mad, because I was like, because I'm one of those younger people who prepare for later in life. So most people, they open up like their retirement accounts at their job. So I opened up mine, and for mine to grow faster, I had mine invested very heavily in the stock market, so that way I can get a bigger return faster. But I'm losing money due to the coronavirus now. So I'm going to have to make some
I want to
adjustments.
stay where I think the pension funds are going to. Because I have very strong suspicions. I know where those pension funds are going to. Going to Karen's grandfather, who can't run a country.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm not even going to, yeah. Because it's like, because like one of the things they got where because I know not only is mine in the stock market, but it's set up where businesses can take loans from me, and then they just have to pay me back with interest. But businesses are not able to make payments on their loans now, so it's kind of affecting my money.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah, he needs to fix it.
True. See, the other thing that people should do also is like maybe find ways to do the job they were working. Try find an alternative to work from home for it. Like if you're working like at the bank and stuff, you can still work from home under certain conditions.
Yeah, our banks are,
You know, even if it's like high risk job, also they should do that. It would it'll probably take stress off people.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, like during the early stages of the pandemic, for some of us, they gave them the option. Like, you had an office job, you can work from home, but a lot of us basically still have to show up for work. Like, I still have to show up for work during the whole entire pandemic that has been going on. So it's been a mess because I work directly in a hospital. So it's been a mess during this whole thing. And like I said, like, it's grocery store workers getting sick now. You know, and then it's crazy because, like, he's supposed to be sending out another stimulus package, but at the same time, I'm like, we're gonna have to go back into a shutdown. Some states are already starting to shut down a little here again. So my whole thing is, like, if we go back into a shutdown, how do you expect people to be able to live? Because now after the pandemic and everything, is like we will start to reopen. Like, just ground beef alone, it's like $18 for a pack of ground beef now. And I'm like, you expect people with a family of 6 or 7 people to feed to buy ground beef, and like that family might have to buy 2 or 3 packs of ground beef to feed that many people. That's like nearly 40, 50 something dollars just for ground beef to go with that meal for that family. So it's like the price of food now is ridiculous, and people don't have money now. It's getting
make soup out of everything.
Yeah, it's like
everything gonna be liquid consumption.
Yeah, and then like the cost of living is constantly increasing. But then, but nobody's pay is reflecting that. So it's gonna be to the point for some people where they're gonna have to choose between eating and paying bills, and that's just how bad it's getting. And with this whole pandemic thing, you know, and
reality that's happening.
Yeah, and for the people for the people who have kids but was an essential worker and didn't qualify for like food stamps or anything, they're still paying out of pocket for all this stuff. And yet a lot of us, like, we didn't receive hazard pay during this whole thing, so it's like a lot of us are still just making regular pay and barely, and so I feel bad for the people with kids because they're not getting any help. And then the kids are at home all day, so sometimes they have to call in to work and all these other things. So it was nothing set up for the people who are essential workers but didn't have kids, but really don't have no means to have somebody be there with their kids all day. So like, schools closed down, so they stuck at home with their kids. Daycares was closed, so it was either you go to work and leave your toddlers at home by themselves if you didn't have a babysitter or something like that, or you basically lose your job. And then, like, some people, they were doing the unemployment, right? And then, but that's just our president. He don't care because it's all about money. This is business. He run this country like it's a business instead of like this being people's lives at stake. So, and it's crazy because like you see a lot of people who are still suffering, but then I look at some people like when things started reopening back up, and it was like, oh, we're going to start this program where we're going to pay your rent for you if you're on a verge and put out your house. I'm like, no, you shouldn't. I'm like, not only is you shouldn't be doing that, because like, okay, like, we shut down like at the end of March. By that time, you should have had your rent money put up for April. And then they sent out a $1,200 stimulus check and then gave people a lot of food stamps in April, which means you should have took the stimulus check and to pay your bills and pay your rent and then the rest of your bills for May, when May came around. And then you could have took the food stamps and went and bought food, because by the time in the May came, everybody was back at work and everything was open. So we only shut down for a month. So then, like, they have all these programs and stuff for people who basically decided to blow the money and not spend it on stuff they needed, on essential items. And now you give them more money to pay their rent because they didn't do what they were supposed to do with the money that we already sent out. And then now they're supposed to be sending out more money, which, okay, fine, but it's just not enough. Well, they need to figure out something. Like, they trying to pass a bill where people receive, I think, either $1,200 to $2,000 a month to the end of the year, which I think is a good thing, but I know. Yeah, I mean, so like, and it's this small. So and like it's this city in I want to say Alaska. It's this city where they depend on mostly like cruise ships coming there and docking, and that's where a majority of the revenue comes from that city. So if they were affected by that, the people who lived that actually lived there before the whole thing started, they are receiving checks every month from the state. Like I don't know, I think it's between $1,200 to $2,000 a month from the state already that they're receiving a check. So if we have to go back into another shutdown, I think that'd be a good idea to send out that amount of money because the bills don't stop. Like nothing stopped. Like everything kept coming through. Like there like the insurance companies like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give back such and such money and we're gonna give all our people discounts, and they did. But then like so my insurance is up for renewal in June. So like every 6 months I have to renew my insurance. As soon as my renewal came up, they increased my insurance. So you gave me a discount the last 2 months to increase my insurance $20, $20 or $25 for the next 6 months. Like it don't make any sense for my car insurance. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So I'm like, at the end of the day, everybody got screwed. If you are a normal everyday person, the normal everyday person got screwed. Now, if you one of those normal everyday persons who don't work and who wasn't working and just lived off the system, they benefited more than the actual workers did who still had to go to work during the pandemic. Which just shows how much that just shows how much our government really cares about. It cares about us.
Personally, I feel like they're all just money mosquitoes. Like that's why they.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been a mess, and it's crazy because you're kind of on the outside looking in, and to hear you say the things about our current babysitter and all these other things, it's just how that just shows how stupid we look to the world outside of the United States, and how like people from across the pond are looking at us like these idiots.
Like, and the thing is, what are all the Trump supporters getting so badly that they constantly like praising him? Like, it doesn't make sense.
We don't know.
Because they're affected as well.
Exactly. And then this man held a rally at Mount Rushmore, I think yesterday or today. I'm like, what is wrong? And then saying, and then was like, masks are not mandatory. You do not have to have a mask. I'm like, but you guys preaching to us to do social distancing, and that social distancing saves lives. But what Trump says, do a rally, social distancing doesn't matter. It don't matter. It goes out the window. Like everything we are supposed to do during the coronavirus goes out the window.
I wonder if they have the mentality that if they go to a Trump rally, being Trump supporters, they're gonna be immune from the virus for that time when they go there. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It's airborne. It spreads.
Exactly. That's why I'm looking like, I was like, these other countries outside of the United States has to be looking at us like, this is the guy you have running your country. Like, you guys are idiots. Like, we all look like idiots right now to the rest of the country. And it's crazy because, like far as overseas, we only hear, like, what world news tell us, basically. And or whatever, like, the tabloids post. So, like, far as, far as, political stuff, we don't hear about what's going over across the pond unless it's something really, really big that happens. And it just has to be talked about. But other than that, we hear nothing. So we don't know nothing about the government that's going on over in other countries. Unless it has something to do with the Queen of England, but nobody really cares here about the most of the time they talk about her like she's still alive.
She just went for a night of bingo and a cup of tea.
I'm like, I just would have not heard like she survived the coronavirus pandemic. Like what? Like what is she?
Like everybody needs whatever meds the Queen's having because she's doing well.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what's in her tea? Because apparently nobody else has been she's doing better than the younger people when it comes to this whole thing. Like What are they giving this lady? She's like 100 and some years old.
It's like, if you look at like people who are like really old now, right? It's the Queen, Barry White, Madonna, Cher. They outliving everyone.
They are.
Like, Barry White is outliving everyone.
It's crazy because it was a meme on Facebook, but it was like Betty White is gonna outlive. They said it like she's gonna outlive everyone that's alive right now. She's gonna outlive every single last one of us. Betty White is gonna be alive until the world ends. That's how I'm going.
It's like Barry White will be. She'll probably be like back on the Golden Girls, but the original Golden Girls' great granddaughters.
Right.
That's the way things are going.
Right.
Like, that woman's a legend.
Right.
I need whatever she has. I need that.
She says she still drinks beer. I think she says she drinks beer or whiskey like every day still.
Oh my goodness. No, I definitely need her fountain of youth.
I say and still have her energy. Like so I don't mind being as old as she will get as old as she gotten. I wouldn't mind that because she can still move around. And she don't use a walker or a cane or anything. Like she's very mobile still. But so I wouldn't mind being that. But if I was that age and confined to a wheelchair, I'd be like, just kill me now. I wouldn't know. Just kill me now. I don't need you to. I don't want nobody to have to be able to feed me and just push me around in a chair, and I'm just there, not really knowing what's going on, just there existing. Like nope, just put me out of my misery. Just put no.
Just become a robot afterwards. You like just like implant all your memories and thought processes into like this like biotech body.
Or you could, or
like you know,
or we could do like the
Battle Angel Alita.
Or like the TV show Upload. Have you?
Yes.
We should have something like that.
Pretty much like that. That will be perfect.
But you got to be rich for that.
50.
But you got to be like filthy rich because you see since he wasn't rich and he had to downgrade to the data plan, he just sat down there and turned gray to the next month. So yeah, you got to be rich for the Upload thing. Although she was like, "Oh, they preserved your body" or something like that. She said, "I'm like, but didn't his head get blown off or something like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think there's a chance for him to come back to life." Oh, I'm gonna have one.
See, I think like when they make like these TV shows and series like this, it's probably giving people ideas to do when things get extremely bad, like the current situation.
Right.
This could be the alternative.
Right, like, oh wait, you know what? We can still save you. Although you got the coronavirus, we can still save you. Like, we can preserve your body, upload all your thoughts and memories, and create a 3D version of you in the cloud, and you can just live in a cloud in this massive hotel until we can find a way to bring you back. I bet somebody's gonna listen to this like, they're damn right. We should do that. Somebody should do it. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness!
There's somebody trying it right now. There is. So I wanted to ask you about. Have you seen the Love Victor series?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Why? It is so. I've watched the whole season.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's on. You have Hulu.
I don't have Netflix.
No, it's on Hulu. You don't have Hulu. You have Hulu.
No, I don't have Hulu.
Hulu is like.
I was still deciding between Netflix and Hulu which to get, but Netflix is so limited. Like, I'll most probably be joining Hulu sometime soon.
I mean, I have Hulu because I get it free through my cell phone company. So that's the reason why I have Hulu. But I mean, but even if you don't have Hulu, like you get Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu for like $12. I don't know if you get this guy. I don't know if you guys get the same deal there, but like here we get those three options for like $12 a month. Well, probably 13 something with tax.
Well, with our currency right now, you have to times 12 by 18 to get our currency.
Oh, that's too much. You know, I'm not about to do all. I can't believe you just. I don't do math. I don't. I graduated my last year in high school, I had one class to pass, and that was algebra, because I failed it during my freshman year, and
Oh my.
I passed that class with a D, and I think that's only because the teacher felt bad for me, because that and I didn't go, but.
Oh wait, I can work it out. I have a calculator. Alright, so wait, with my calculator. It is, if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Calculator. Okay, so you say it's about 12 per month, right? So
Yeah,
12
it's like $12.99.
times 18. Oh wow. Okay, so 13. Okay. So it's about 234 South African currency rands a month.
Oh no, that sounds like a lot of money on your end, so I'm gonna need you not to.
Like that's like with like the J ones, like when we were all interning that side. I told them, if you guys want to buy groceries, do not convert the price back to our currency, otherwise you're gonna starve.
Yeah, yeah, cause $200 here in groceries can get
Like,
you a nice
if you
amount of
travel
food.
international, don't convert.
Oh my goodness.
$200 there.
Like $200 here can get you a nice amount of food. Depending on where you shop, you got to be a good shopper though to get it to get $200 of food.
Oh yeah, $200 is like enough for the month, like groceries for the month. That's enough.
What? Not here? No. $200 lasts you maybe like 2 weeks
Oh
here.
no, over here. Yeah, no, that I know. I was there for
I'm ready
months.
to say, like, that's like 2 weeks makes
I
you.
know.
Like you go to the store at $200, you gotta spend at least $400 on food a month here.
But see, like whenever I went to like Walmart or like the dollar store things, I'll look for things that I normally eat, like back this side, like frozen fruits and like some canned foods and maybe like a soup pack or so, or like instant noodles or instant pasta and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like instant pasta is like $1 a box. That's a sustainable meal for the day. That's sustainable.
A meal? Wait, you only
Food
eat?
budgeting.
Were you only eat one for a meal? See,
Wait, what?
you only eat one for a meal because, like, the instant noodle thing, like, I always make 2 packs together when I when I make them.
Like for me, like I don't like that much as I used to. Like before, like if I had like a full Denny's, like pancakes with the hash brown, the bacon, the eggs, everything.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like just a meal on its own. Like I would have to eat 3 of those Denny's combos for the whole day. That's how much I used to eat. Nowadays it's like I'll eat just the pancakes and then later I'll eat the savory things.
Oh.
So also like it depends on like food consumption as well per person on how much you would spend for food.
Right.
Like for the 2 weeks or 1 month. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was heavy on.
Like there are certain foods I will eat the entire day non-stop. That is noodles and popcorn. I can eat that non-stop. Those are my 2 food addictions. It's noodles and popcorn.
Wow, I cannot do it. It's crazy because during the whole shutdown, okay, so I just recently just started back cooking, but mostly during the whole pandemic, I've been eating restaurant food and have gained so much weight during this whole thing.
Oh,
And it's just like I don't be wanting to cook. And it's at the time it was cheaper, but now that farmers and everything are charging more, like charging these restaurants more money to get these items, and their prices are going up, so it became too expensive. So now I'm back to cooking.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with cooking food at home. Like, at least you know how long your food's taking when you cook at home.
I
That is
hate it.
The biggest plus side. You know how long your food is taking.
I was not cooking because
Whereas
of
in
the
the
fact.
restaurant, you get super,
But I
you
wasn't.
get super impatient waiting.
But I wasn't cooking because I hate cooking sometimes. So like when I've been cooking lately, I just throw it in a crock pot and just put everything in there and leave it and walk off for a few hours.
I mean, that works.
But
When was it? I think it was like yesterday. Like I was doing on one of my TikTok lives, so I was just like, like ranting and raving about medical aids, like basic health medical aids that don't cover absolute needs in case of an emergency. I ended up making this avocado chicken noodle dish out of ranting and raving and rage. It came out really good, actually. Don't ask me how. I was just like, I first just like grab noodles because noodles is my comfort food, right? And then I was like, okay, I need to add something to this. Then I went to the fridge, I found some chicken, chopped it up, added that in, then add some barbecue sauce, some sriracha, and then I was like, okay, now I need something colorful. So I was like, no, wait, there's a half avocado in the fridge. Just like peel it, cut it, mix it in there, and I was set for the day.
Oh my goodness. Who would have thought of mixing those items with noodles? That is so weird.
That's the thing with noodles. You can mix anything with noodles.
I mean,
it's like pizza. You can put anything on pizza. You can mix anything with noodles, and you can have anything with rice.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not the best rice cooker, so don't ask me to make rice. I'm not the best. Even though I don't care if it is instant rice. You know, I just can't. It's some like there's sometimes it turn out okay, and then it's sometimes it turn out good, but majority of the time it turns out bad. Do not ask me to make rice. No, it's not gonna happen. Not at all.
Well, for you, I will make a rice tutorial cooking video for my TikTok.
Wait. You said TikTok is live? They had a live feature on TikTok?
Yeah, when you want to go live on TikTok, you need a minimum of 1,000 followers.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it works the same like with Instagram. You can get paid on Instagram after you have 1,000 active subscribers. And then with YouTube, when you have 10,000 active subscribers, they start paying you revenue for videos. That's when ad agencies will contact you, and then because before with YouTube it was when you had 1,000 viewers, now they upped it because 1,000 seems too easy now, so it's like 10,000 now. And 10,000 has been the limit now for probably like the past 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so I figured, let me up my TikTok, and then I'll just have my YouTube link, and then just try combine TikTok videos as a compilation for my YouTube channel,
right,
and tell people to go watch them there.
It's crazy because me and my brother. How old are you?
24.
Okay, you're 24. So me and my brothers, I guess we are getting old because we still can't figure out how to use TikTok. Like I have it downloaded on my phone. I've been on there and watched a few of yours, but it's like I have not figured out how to use it still. So I just don't use it.
Have you used Vine before?
Yeah.
TikTok is Vine.
I think
TikTok is Vine, just with added features. It's like Instagram and Vine made TikTok.
Now you combine too much stuff together. That's too much technology for me.
It's just filters. It's all filters. Like the other thing, like some of the things I've seen a few people I follow on TikTok do, it's like this. They have like the small talk on a video about a topic, and then they just post, and then people like share their thoughts in the comments, and it also works as well.
Okay.
Like, don't have to, it's literally for any content on TikTok. It doesn't always have to be like comedy or like skit videos or anything. Anything at all, even like tutorials and stuff. People do anything on TikTok.
I might have to give it another try so that the podcast listeners can see the chaotic side of me, I guess we can say, because they don't get to see because like I'm unfiltered on here, but I think out off the podcast I'm even more unfiltered. So sometimes, oh my goodness, so I am getting some heavy feedback. So sometimes you can you just never know what'll come out of my mouth. I'm just going to say that. And
well,
I try to control it a little on here. A lot of people are like, no, just let it out. Like, no, because this this is the whole podcast, and me, it's a brand, and I don't want to be like, I already know there's a YouTube video out there that I'm pretty sure down the run is going to come back and bite me in the butt. So I don't want to go back down that road. So I don't want to be back down that road again. So yeah.
Like Sometimes yes, and then sometimes it can have its like plus side in terms of it getting shared and viewed, and then people like can see the actual content, like, oh, okay, it's actually something different, you know.
Right.
So it's like a hit or miss. It's always a hit or miss.
So for me is oh my god, this is gonna irk my nerves.
The lighting.
No, I'm hearing this like feedback on my end in the headphones because I'm hearing what the computer is hearing also. So yeah, so no, on the episode I kind of, so this was back when I was doing like the YouTube thing and I had the YouTube the show on YouTube, was the Mark Terrell show on YouTube, and it had got to a point where, you know, I wasn't really caring too much about the product. I just wanted the views and the subscriptions or whatever. So, you know, I would say things about celebrities knowing that it's going to get their fans riled up just for I can get a reaction. And some of that stuff was very harsh and probably hurtful. So, and that was just me being like desperate to get that attention, to get people to watch my videos. And that's when I had, after a while, I had stopped. I went like, I think that was, I haven't done it like a YouTube in like 4 years. It was like I had stepped away from that and had to do some growing and some learning and go do some experiencing and all this other, just other stuff to be able to get my mind out that mindset and to be able to create better content and a better brand, basically.
Oh no, that I get definitely, yeah.
Am I? Yeah. I'm about 10 more minutes. My mother's. What you trying to do, mother? You might be all right. 'Cause I'm not. I got the thing turned down low. Yeah, you might be. You all right? But yeah. So that was back when I was. Sorry, y'all. My mother was interrupting. But But back when I was doing YouTube, I was just like so desperate for people to watch because I was like watching all these other YouTube channels blow up, and I'm like, it's not happening for me, and this is something I really like doing. Right, it was like, how do I get there? So I was saying all these things just like I said, to get people angry, and I attacked the Beehive, and you know how the Beehive is when you say something bad about Beyonce. So I said things about her to, get people's attention, and it still didn't work. So I'm like, you know what? I need to take a step back and figure out what it is. And I had to learn more about me in order to create better content.
Yeah.
So
it's like with me, like when I started off like with TikTok, I would just do anything. I don't even to this day, I don't follow trends. When they happen, I'll be doing something completely else, you know. And then a few people have told me like, "Hey, why aren't you part of this?" I'm like, I'll probably do it some other time. Like, I want to really like do this thing now. And then there was a point where some of the videos I was doing wasn't getting enough views. So I was like, okay, let me actually watch the video, look for key points of see what went wrong. And I was like, nothing went wrong. Let me just do it. Next day, the views come back, like the likes and comments and everything will come back and stuff.
Right.
But people still don't listen when I tell them, comment what you actually want me to do or try.
Right. I will post stuff on the podcast.
Give me engagement.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I'll post stuff on a podcast Facebook page, and I'll get people, they just hit the like. No, like, I need you to comment and engage with us. Like, if there's a certain content that you want us to cover or talk about, like, let us know. Comment, like, something to let us know. Like, we see that you're there, but we need you to comment. But then, like, some of these people, like, they will go directly to Facebook for our content, well, for some of the content, other than listen to the podcast when they should just listen to the podcast. But even right now, like, I'm seeing like some podcasters, and it's like, oh, I'm only like 6-7 episodes in, and I have 10,000 subscribers and downloads already. That's I might find that kind of hard to believe, but at the same time, like, oh man, I want that to be me, but I know this is something that is going to take time. And what it is, like, I learned not to rush things. And when I was doing YouTube, I was just rushing. Like, I want to do this, and that. And I'm like, and I was rushing things to happen. I'm just gonna let, and I was like, just instead of just letting them happen naturally.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I had an idea that you and Marcus could try if you guys want to try this right for YouTube. I've seen quite a few people do this, and it goes viral over time. It does. So it's like you'll sit down with a friend, you have like this like medium sort of like setup thing, kind of make it look like it's your own talk show, and then you guys just find some random topic to talk about and discuss it, like it's one of those like The Real, or like one of those like famous talk shows and stuff. Like you guys basically just like talk about the topic, and give it your own twist, like how you guys have y'all's wine hour thing. Give it that twist. Like, sit there with that glass of wine, talk about this topic, or something, anything, you know.
Yeah.
One thing that's popular to try is when people discuss the Met Gala outfits and then they rate and say, what could have been done better? And you'd be surprised how many people will actually go with your feedback.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Like, a lot of people have been asking us to do like, what happened to the wine cast? Like, you don't do the wine cast anymore. I'm like, that was just something to do while we were shut down. But it was like I said, it's a lot because, like, for me, it was like taking on too many different projects at one time, because I'm still working a regular job full time, and then I was doing the wine cast, and then I'm doing the podcast and trying to create content for the podcast and everything. So I'm like, it's a lot. So that's why that's why I had pushed our thing to, like, today. I just forgot to email you about it, which was my mistake. But you know, like, it's like this was like the first time where I've literally taken time off from work and literally had nothing to do. Like, I've done nothing the last 8 days I've been off from work, and I've enjoyed it. Yeah. So I kind of took advantage of it. So that's why it wasn't no podcast episode during the week. Like, I didn't bother trying to do a podcast that during the week or nothing like that, because it was like I just took that time off to just refreshing for me. Because, you know, sometimes, especially during this whole coronavirus, work has been a very stressful environment.
Oh, that I can imagine, yeah.
So, yeah, and then I don't like the new babysitter they have for me at work either. So it's been nice to get away from the lady with the fucked up eyebrow. It's bad, man. The eyebrow is bad. I don't even care if she eventually hears this on the podcast. It's bad. It's like every time she walk up to me and I just look directly at that eyebrow, like, it's bad. It's like, cause it's like the part that's like closer to the eye right here is missing, and then farther over, it's it's almost like a rainbow shape or like a horseshoe shape like thing going on right here. It's so bad. And I'm like, how are you somebody's boss and you come to work looking like this? Like, I'm pretty sure you're making some decent money now. No, she can't. Like, I'm pretty sure you're making some decent money now. Go fix that. Like, because every time you come up to me and have a conversation, not only do I not like you already, because I can't stand you, and I really don't. And it's crazy because I don't like to say I really hate people, but I hate her so much. It's just I can't stand the lady. And then you coming up to me talking.
Because of the eyebrow.
Oh no, it's more than an eyebrow. Oh my god, I have literally never. So I have moments where my former supervisor is like, "Hey, you need to tone it down because, you know, the people in the office are getting upset about some of the stuff you're saying." Like, okay, I'll tone it down a little bit. But I have never been called into the office for a counseling until this lady has become my new supervisor, babysitter, is what I call her, the new babysitter. So, you know, I have not gotten in trouble since this lady has started, and now all of a sudden she comes and I'm getting in trouble now a lot. So I just don't like her, and then the eyebrow just make it worse when she comes up to me talking. So,
but you know, the funny thing with eyebrows, right, is that if they done bad, you can't tell what the person's facial expression is.
Exactly.
It's like eyebrows define your facial expression.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, there are some people cut off, like, shaved off their eyebrow completely, and they just won't have one, or they will, like, draw just that one little thin line for an eyebrow right there. Like it's like I don't
I
know
can't
if
stand that.
I don't know
I
if you're
can't do
excited
the pencil
or
line. Can't.
it's like, I don't know if you're excited, angry, or upset.
I'm paranoid with it.
I mean, to be honest, like I don't know, like is you excited, angry, or upset? Like I don't know at this point. Like you need to help me figure this out. Help me help you figure out what your.
Oh my goodness. You know, this just gave me an idea on like something to do with like, you know, explaining what the different densities of the eyebrow
yes.
actually mean.
Yes,
for
you should
facial
do that.
expressions. I'm gonna do that for a video. I'm going to.
Yeah, you had so
That
fine,
that
because
has
you
inspired me.
you
now
might be able to
do
explain it better than I can. So yes, do it. Yeah,
And I will.
I will go to work and literally show her the video like this. It's crazy because my coworkers are like, you never mentioned, like, they've like, you never mentioned the name of the hospital. So I'm not going to mention the name of the hospital that I work at on a podcast. Then they're going to know directly who I'm talking about. So no, unless you know me personally, you will never know the name of the hospital I work at. Because I'm not just going to know. I'm not going to set myself up for that one.
Yep. You know, like now that we're like on the topic of like eyebrows and stuff, have you seen the different types of eyebrows people have done? They've done the Christmas tree, they did that feather one, now there's a tiger stripe one. It's like, why?
So some of those eyebrow trends have not made it over to the U.S. yet, but I have saw them online, and I was
the
like,
one killed me the most is like, how, like, why? It's like waves and like waves.
right, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
It
yeah,
kind of
this,
reminds me like they took like silly putty and they like put a line and they just like squished random lines and then
right.
like why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like people come up with the dumbest things to try to make it seem like they're being really trendy. You know that's not working for you, right?
And then it'll go viral for the dumbest reasons, like the whole Tide Pod thing. You know this for cleaning clothes. You know it is a chemical, not for consumption. Why are you eating it?
Because people are.
It doesn't even look
People
don't even look appetizing.
People are
like
stupid.
Death.
Yeah,
It smells like death.
people are stupid. I've been wait. Well, I've been meaning. Where have you been for the last few Zoom chats?
The what?
The last few Zoom chats. You've been MIA.
Oh yeah, I had to take care of some like personal issues and yeah. There was somebody that I told who came to my TikTok on one of the lives and asked me like, why haven't you been in like, you know, a few of the meetings or so? Like not realizing I'm still on the live. Everyone who's watching this now knows what's happened to me and like what I've been dealing with and going through and such. And you know, and they're like, oh, okay, all right, that's okay. Like, yeah, but I'll come back to the meetings so soon. In the near future, I will be coming back to the meetings.
Right. I'm being sure because I missed yesterday's meeting just because I had family over, so I missed that meeting. But yeah. I was like, wait, where's coming? Like, I'm used to seeing the costume changes throughout this thing. Like, come on.
When was the last time I was there for? I know I missed a lot. Like for the whole
Oh,
of the month that went past?
yeah. It's been a whole month since I've seen you on there. Cause I missed like,
Okay, yeah.
cause I know I missed like the first 2 of June. I think I missed. So,
Yeah, and I think I have missed all of them for this month.
you're gonna say so? Yeah, yeah. It's been fun. We've been having some good conversations on there. I know we were talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. We were talking about the how President Trump is trying to take away health care for trans people.
He really just needs to like. I really think he needs to retire. Like Karen's grandfather needs to retire completely.
Did you?
Just sit down in your wheelchair, sew your mouth closed, apply super glue over it and just breathe through your nose and just let people be.
Did you just say Karen's grandfather?
Where does he complain on Twitter? So yes.
Wait,
Karen's grandfather.
because the white people here, they're trying to make it seem like Karen. They want what we call them Karen. They be like, "Oh, you're so racist." Like, but you guys been calling us stuff our whole lives. We finally come up with something. We finally come up with something to call you, and you get upset.
And we really have to thank Karen from Will and Grace for giving that platform a boost.
No, he called Donald Trump Karen's granddaddy. My mom is tickled at you right now.
Oh God.
Yeah, he called that Karen's grandfather. Oh my God.
I mean, how much more unprofessional can you be? You're complaining about Twitter on everything.
Wait, didn't they block him
And
from Twitter?
They did because of that comment, that post he did about when the looting starts, the shooting starts, because he knows what that meant.
Oh,
He
right.
knew from the beginning what that meant.
Yeah, it's crazy because he's being so racist. I have never seen a president be so racist, especially on TV.
On Twitter.
Especially now in the days of social media. Like, you're on social media, like, once you post half that stuff on there, it's on there permanently on the internet. Even if you do delete it, it's somehow that stuff resurfaces all over again.
Because there will always be those people that get the screenshots when it is needed.
Exactly. It was so crazy because
It's like, if you use a platform like Twitter, you need to be 2 steps ahead. You have to think, I'm posting this. Let me do some research before I actually post it.
right.
And make sure it's not going to, go in the wrong way. He doesn't.
Right.
No, type post. I don't care what they say.
It was so crazy because Kelly Rowland, she was doing these coffee after dark things, and I was like, me, and mind you, this is 2020. This is going on. So this is me having my another senior moment, and I was like, but this is on Instagram Live. Like, how are people getting this video off of Instagram Live? So me being me, I didn't know. I have one of those phones where I can screen record, and it records the media on the screen that's going. See, I didn't know that, so I didn't know how people was getting this technology. So now it's like, oh, so even when I'm on Facebook Live, I need to be cautious, or Instagram Live, I need to be cautious about what I'm saying now, because people can screen record this and then use it against me later. So yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, especially if you do like a video call with anyone, they can start screen recording 2 seconds before that video call starts.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
A lot of companies have started doing that. I think, as probably like from 2018 or something, for fraudulence, they'll start that live interview on cam. They will start screen recording maybe five or so minutes before they actually start. So they get the entire thing. So if you mess up on the job or anything, they can go back to this and like, but you said you're this person, this person, this person. Why are you now behaving like this?
Wow.
Always. There will always be a reference.
Wow. I did not
With
think about that.
There's always a reference.
I didn't think about that. Jeez. And mind you, I just figured out this is a feature on my phone that I didn't even know existed. And I had this phone for almost a year now. Jeez. I did not think about it. Has me thinking, because I have had so many phone calls, through like video chat since I started the podcast now. Now I'm like, has people been recording our video chats now? Like, like, let me find out you recording these video chats, because like sometimes when you hear in a podcast, like a lot of my, like a lot of the stuff on a podcast, for like Pride Month and stuff, like all of that, like there was a lot of stuff said that wasn't recorded, that I didn't record. I feel like, we don't need to put that on there. So there was I probably wasn't recording at that moment either. But I didn't think about it like, oh wow, they could have been recording, stuff. No, like used to record in a video chat, and then they can go back and use them. Like, oh, so there was some stuff said that was, yeah, that shouldn't make it onto the air. But yeah, wow. Now you gonna have me being more cautious now because
It's like,
uh-huh.
it's like when I like look for apps and stuff, right? Like especially like screen recording and things. I actually find looking for an app that tells me if whatever's happening is being like recorded, detected. There's not a single app to alert you if your video call is being recorded. Not a single app.
Wow, yeah, somebody need to invent something then because it's been.
I'll work on it. You can work on that.
I don't know how to do anything with coding, dude. And it's crazy because I wanna. Cause it's been times where I've been on other people's podcasts, and now it has me wondering like, well, video chat and stuff that I didn't want to be on the podcast or whatever. So cause it was certain points where I was told we wasn't like, okay, we're about to start the podcast, and then but we were already video chatting, so that made me wonder like, did you restart now? Did you record me before we started recording? Starting the podcast or whatever. So now you have me wondering now. Jeez, now that I interview politicians, I'm gonna have to start turning my screen record now.
You see? There you go. Now you're thinking. Now you are thinking.
Because I'm trying to get my local mayor to come on to get him on the podcast, and then my alderman. I still need to send out the emails, but yeah, because I got some fussing to do. It's a lot of fussing. Oh jeez. All right, let me
just don't tell them about Karen's grandpa.
I just might, just because of you now, I might even tag you on Facebook and be like, because of Kami, I'm going to start referring to Donald Trump as Karen's grandpa.
Do it. Do it.
I'm going.
Please do it. And I actually thought of that because a friend of mine, Nate, on my Facebook, he did that Facetune app thing on Donald Trump's picture, and it looked like this like really grouchy old lady with ginger hair. I was like, oh my god, it's Karen's grandpa.
Yes, oh my god, yes. I've never thought about it. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Oh my god. I'm going to wrap this up. We already an hour and 17 minutes in, so I'm just going to wrap this up and say I want to thank Kami for coming on the podcast, and thank you all for listening to Same Cast Different Day podcast. And you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Marta Rowland. And then Kami, can you let them know where they can find you at on social media?
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all Kami Gecko.
Look at you being creative, using the same name for everything. All right, and don't forget to.
It makes things easier for me. It's like if I have to start adding numbers and digits, it's too complicated.
True. And then don't forget you can follow the podcast on Twitter at SCDD Podcast. You can follow it on Facebook at Same Cast Different Day Podcast. And I just recently learned on Instagram, do not hate me, that is Same Cast DFNT Podcast on Instagram. So make sure you guys follow that on there and tune in next episode.